I don't believe a woman at all. You know how you know if a woman is lying? If she moving her mouth. I don't believe not one woman since Eve. I done read the Bible back to back 7 times. Know every book of the Bible. 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. As women have been lying since the beginning of time, and every lesson and before us is teaching us to do not believe a word that is coming out of their mouth. It's in their nature to be rebellious. It's in their nature to lie to you. It's in their nature to do the thing that's best for them, to be hypergamous, meaning that they have to go for the best available option because they understand that they can't do it for themselves. I don't believe any woman. The reason that they come out with these slogans, believe all women, is because women aren't believable. If that was the natural order of things and we've been in existence since the beginning of time, why do you have to train me for something that I'm already aware of? If you were a truth teller, if it was inherently in you, you wouldn't have to sell me on why it is that I should believe you.
The lack of loyalty among modern women is baffling. In fact, it's a fucking pandemic. That's what it is. These women will now cheat on their partners without having any sort of conscience and keep doing it till they get caught. And even when they do, most of them still have no remorse and would confidently say it's because they are in the hoe phase era. Honest and hardworking men who have toiled all their lives to make an honest living and lead a comfortable life with abundant assets and wealth would then start looking for a woman to settle and procreate with, and then he will meet one of these modern women who lies for a living. They lie that they love you when they are just there to suck you and your money dry. They lie that they went out with their friends when they were out cheating. It's crazy. No man who is truly ready to settle would like to face this, and trust me, a lot of men have. Many men have been broken and ruined just for the error of marrying the wrong woman. Zero faults on their own part, just because the woman they loved and decided to settle with had a gold-digging mentality and believes all men are just there to be used, so she did. It's very sad, and the younger men who are just reaching the stage of settling have learnt from the elders, and they do not want to make that same mistake again. Trust me, you can't fully know no matter what you do. These women are very good at pretending and acting like who they are, not just to get what they want from you. They have different personalities for the different men they talk to, so believe me, if you think you met the perfect woman, the woman with everything you are looking for in a wife, it could be a pretense. And the moment you exchange vows and start cohabiting, she begins to change to her normal self. And most times, it's either too late or many things will have to be damaged to save yourself. This is why most men have decided to just avoid these modern women in general. Of course, there are a few that are traditional, loyal, and beautiful. But since you can't know who is who, I think abandoning these modern women as a whole is a brilliant idea. A lot of men who married these pretentious women and only started seeing their wife's true character after marriage are also taking the bold step of calling it quits with them before it becomes too late. Divorcing her now and going through the necessary steps, no matter how hard it is, before she does irreparable damage to you. These leftover and abandoned women are now in distress because they probably never foresaw this coming.
So I'm literally just in my kitchen, and I really want to know how people manage to just stay strong every day for their kids. I am struggling. I am mentally struggling. Just being a single mom and having to do everything on my own. It's draining. It's so emotionally draining, and I try to find the strength every day, but I just don't have it anymore in me. So yeah, let me know how you guys manage to keep it together every day, because I have no support. Everybody that told me, oh, they're gonna be there for me and my kid, this and that, when it's the time for y'all to show up, y'all leave. And that's what got me fucked up, because why? I'm genuinely not that type of person to people, but I just can never catch a break, and I'm over it.
3 things are certain in this life: death, taxes, and modern women ending up in a big bowl of regrets. When they were making all these dumb decisions, you would see them grinning from ear to ear, convincing themselves that they are doing it only because they are putting themselves first, and their friends will be there to give them encouragement and motivation to go forward with it. Men are tired of all that. There's a particular dude that recently got divorced, and we were talking at a hangout, and he told me he couldn't remember the last time he felt this free, probably when he was still in college. His wife was the cream of the rotten crop among these modern women. She always had an excuse or something for whatever stupid thing she did. Couldn't cook for the husband and their kids? It's because she's just a girl and she felt tired. This is a stay-at-home wife, by the way. Stayed out late until dark before returning home. She was with friends and she just couldn't leave. There was even one time she told her husband that she was going out of town to pay her parents a visit. Then her husband suddenly saw her in town going on a girls' trip with her single and unmarried friends. You had to see how well she flipped the entire thing on her husband. She flared up on her husband in front of her friends. See that level of embarrassment? I would have sent her packing at that very same point, to be honest. She flared up saying why is her husband always stalking her, that she feels choked up in the marriage and wanted to get some air and feel free, and that's why she came on the girls' trip and didn't tell the dude. The husband had to even apologize and leave, even though it was the wife that lied. See how well she flipped the entire thing on the husband? That's how well these women craft their lies. That was something one of these modern women could come up with instantly, or at least on short notice. Now imagine what cooked up lies and fabricated evidence they could bring up at court when they plan it over a lengthy period, and they want to divorce and take half of your life's effort. Most men are now familiar with their tactics and want nothing to do with them because that's actually the best way to surely avoid the problems they bring along with them. Most of them never thought this would happen, and since it now has, they are left with nothing to fall back on. The ones whose survival depend on getting money off of men and having their things paid by men are now left with nothing. Now there's no extent they won't go to in order to find a man, and that's pretty ironic because these same modern women were the ones who were openly saying they do not need men just recently. They weren't compelled to say these things, they just felt like it. I'm not sure what they're trying to prove or to whom, but they're always happy to point out how useless males are to them and how they don't need any men in their lives. Some even go so far as to suggest that they would prefer to live in a world where all men have been unalived, or a world devoid of men. We see and hear these things, and we know which ladies are saying them, so we avoid them. Now they turn around again and start looking for men desperately after they have felt how lonely they are without men and how they need to man up and start being independent, pun intended. We heard how you all said we all are so dangerous and the world would be safer without us. Some even went to the extent of saying every man should start their life from a prison cell and prove their way out. Many other ridiculous things were said, and we saw everything, and we listened. I mean, why would you force yourself on people who openly show how much they hate you? Men started ignoring them all, and now that they have tasted what life is without men, just being independent and lonely, they are back to crying and questioning why men are walking away from them. They should look inside. Because of this, most men have become accustomed to being alone and are unwilling to enter into a relationship with any woman who does not respect or rate them. A woman who will only use and drain you. It's not worth it, gentlemen. Continue avoiding them. These same women who are now desperate would still be the ones to ruin you the moment you give them a chance. Do not mistake their desperation for a change of heart. In fact, they are probably more evil now considering the hate is stronger than ever, and the number of victims, men, who they can get to and ruin is fewer now. So please, don't be that guy who falls into their trap because of their fake tears and stupid TikTok videos. Just focus on yourself, and when you are comfortable enough, and you decide the next thing for you is to get a woman, go outside, find traditional women who understand what it takes to be in a relationship, what it takes to be a wife and a partner, and you will be fine. Thank you. That will be all for today on Latest Juice, guys. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments. If you enjoyed watching this video, then surely you would love my other videos. Make sure to check them. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons as it gives me the perfect motivation to keep creating contents like this for you. And also click the notification bell so you can be the first to know when I drop a new video. See you again soon. Cheers.